Hello, my name is Sabrina Brenton, and I'm so excited that you're here. If someone shared this with you, that is because they think that you could probably be a very good fit for Park Lane. So, what a beautiful compliment to you. Or it could be that you're just kind of interested in learning some information about a potential opportunity. Either way, I'm sure you have a lot of questions, and I'm here to do my best to answer them as short and as quickly as possible. Okay, I honor your time. So I want to go ahead and share a couple of things that I believe it's on your mind right now, right? Your biggest questions, biggest concerns, but I'm going to cover four major points. Number one, why direct sales is booming today, because it really is. Number two, why jewelry is a smart business decision. Number three, why Park Lane of all companies? And number four, why start now? Okay. And yes, we're going to talk about the money, honey, because money is energy. I love money because it means you have more options, right? Money's opportunity, money's freedom. It's a beautiful thing and you can do a lot of good with it. So let's do it. All right. This is a recording. So usually what I usually do is I give a word of the day and then you get thrown into a giveaway. But because the previous presentation that I did was not recorded, I'm doing this for those that weren't able to make the live, okay? Just know that Park Lane loves giving free jewelry away. So you want to enter as many of these events as possible and you want to be live. All right. But for now, it's just time for information. So I'm going to share a little bit about myself. All right. Um, I'm 49 years young. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Somehow, yesterday I was 12, and today I'm 49. I'm a cat mom of six. One is actually an incontinent paralyzed kitten. So she's a diaper baby. So my husband and I are advocates of special needs community, special needs animals, and we're just huge pet lovers. So actually, I'm recently married. We just celebrated our 4-year wedding anniversary yesterday, and we live in McKinney, Texas. So I just usually I ask at this point where you're watching from. All right. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and put down, tell me where are you watching from? I love connecting from people all over. I think it's just really cool that we live in a time where we can connect with people just literally across the world. And also I love to see like maybe I have a neighbor nearby. Maybe you're in McKinney and we can hang out and have some coffee. But anyway, I came originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So I was East Coast baby. All right. And we didn't have a lot of money growing up. You know, my mother was a single mother. She was an immigrant from Peru. And so she had that thick accent. So I grew up struggling a little bit with English, but I made it happen. And my mom was a really hard worker. And although we didn't have a lot, everything that we had was for me. And she provided, she did the best she could. And she worked a lot. And because of that, it led to a lot of time on my own. And if you know anything about that, that can lead to just being in situations where you shouldn't be. As a little kid, I dealt with a lot and I was exposed to a lot. So I experienced personal some trauma and some not so great things in my childhood and in my adulthood. But as anyone does, you just kind of work through things. And I found out that I was had a talent. I was actually really good at singing and dancing, and that artistry and expression actually helped me heal. And it gave me an outlet. And so I started working at 16. I started singing in clubs and I started touring, and I was just really passionate about it. And then I met my first husband when I was in college and married very young and worked my butt off. On paper, everything was fantastic. You know, everything was great. But I was overworked. I was exhausted. I gave everything to my craft and I didn't have a lot of time for personal things, personal lives, and taking care of myself. But everything was fine until 2009. My mother and I have very close birthdays, and every year we celebrate our birthdays together. And it was the day after hers, and we were going to go out to dinner, and she was hit and run over by a car. And instead of celebrating our birthdays, we ended up spending 24 days in the hospital until I lost her. And although I thought that I had healed from my trauma, I didn't. And the grief led me to spiraling into depression, and old things were resurfacing, and I just completely lost my mental health, and that led to the end of my marriage. And that also led to me having to leave my career because I was working in a band with my husband at that time, and it was the right thing to do for me to leave. And so I found myself at 40 years old having to start over completely. My identity, everything that I believed was me, was no longer, and I had to recreate. So at that time, I was leaning into health and fitness a lot, and I was really working through all of my issues by getting healthier. And I realized I had a talent for helping other women do the same thing. So I leaned into that, and I became really passionate with this one company, helping women with their health and fitness. And I grew a team, and I once again built up, and I ended up meeting my now husband, and we built a life together and a business together, and everything was fantastic until once again. And well, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me just tell you when Park Lane came into my life. So Park Lane came in 2004. And I was actually strolling around McKinney Square, which is this cute little area here. And I ran into a boutique. I was looking for a present for a friend of mine. She was going through a divorce and a really hard time, and I wanted to give her something as a reminder that she is loved. You know, when you shop for people, you get into that mode where it's like, this is how I want them to feel. You know, this and this. And so like I was like, I asked the woman, I was like, please, I need to. When she looks at this piece, I want her to feel that she's loved and appreciated. And then she gave me this. She said, "This is the ring for her. This is the Phoebe. If you know, you know." And I gave this to her, and she loved it. But the problem was, I was jealous, and I needed it too. So I ended up going back and buying it, and then I ended up spending just way too much money on jewelry. And to the point where Michelle, she's the shop owner, said, "Why don't you just, we have this opportunity. Why don't you sign up to be a stylist? You know, you can earn some money and get some of the cash back on your jewelry." And I said, "No, thank you. I'm good. Like, I don't know anything about jewelry. Like, I can barely figure out how to brush my hair. I did for you though." And so I said, I just a hard no. But I was intrigued with the offer that new stylists can get $500 worth of jewelry for $129. That I was really excited about. So I was very curious, but I didn't want to like just take the kit and go. I thought that was kind of rude, but a lot of people do it, but I just didn't want to. So we just kind of tabled it for a minute. But then in October of 2024, the company that I was with completely released our entire coaching network, dissolved all of our jobs. And my husband and I were both coaches with this company at the time. So we both lost our jobs at the same time. And this happened a month, literally a month after he lost his father. So I once again found myself in grief and mourning and just a lot of hard times. We had to move his mother from Austin to McKinney. It was a lot, right? And it was sudden. And on top of that, we both lost our jobs. So I revisited the idea of becoming a rep and actually doing something with the business because I looked at the compensation plan and whew, it's juicy. It's good. So I said, okay, I'm in. Let's do it. And I learned. I became a student and I learned how to sell jewelry. My first party was awful. It was absolutely awful. If you were there, you know, I don't know, I blacked out a couple times, but I ended up making $1,500 in commission, which was great. $15 in commission for a party online. Are you kidding me? And I earned like $1,800 in jewelry, something like that. So that was interesting to me. And the other thing was she connected me at that time to Parkland Corporate. And they have this program called Direct to Point where they will basically just have a call with you and ask you a few questions about if you have any sales history or experience. And if they believe that if you have experience and they think that you could apply that to Park Lane, they will put you at a higher position. And so they gave me a position of division leader, which is incredible. It's 45% commission. So that was the beginning, right? And I will say, I will go into this a little bit more about the direct to point, but in most companies, they have a lot of rules and regulations for you and quotas to hit. In this company, we didn't. And so I said to myself, all right, if nothing is asked from me or demanded from me, why not try it for a year? So I just did it. And I realized not only was this an incredible monetary opportunity for me, but this aligned with my belief in empowering women in the skin that they're in. Because at this time, I was getting a lot of calls from different companies from the health and fitness world, and they wanted me to partner up with them. But at this time, I was kind of over it, right? My heart hurts even now seeing where we're at, with women being targeted. We're not skinny enough. We're not young enough. There's always something wrong with us. We're not enough, period. And I was tired of being in that world. And with jewelry, I realized literally we're just celebrating the skin that we're in and just making it a little bit more sparkly. And so for that, that was huge for me, especially like as I get older. I didn't want to run that race anymore. I wanted to celebrate women where they were at and make them feel beautiful and empowered, everything that I wanted before. But this was different because you didn't have to change yourself in order to feel those things. So that was really amazing. And that really, really aligned with me. And, I've been in this business for, oh gosh, a little over a year. And in that time, I can't tell you how much growth I experienced, not just in my business, but in my heart. All right. My company now, or my position now is senior division, which is really impressive for myself. Like I'm impressed that I'm doing that, but I only did that because I helped other women do the business as well. All right. Park Lane is very good about celebrating us and rewarding us for helping others. It's not a just me game, right? It's a real team effort. And so now I'm helping my team build, grow. It's massive. I can't wait to see what they do next year because it's going to be amazing. All right. So listen, here's the thing. Direct sales is really booming. It's huge right now. And I love it because sales to me is service. I always loved helping women figure out problem or solutions to their problems, right? If they have an issue, I want to help them in whatever way. And I really believe that a good salesperson and a good, like someone that leads with service, a servant heart, is someone that is committed to not just their team, but to their customers, right? So I love sales. But people in direct sales are smart because number one, it's flexible. You could do this business anywhere. You can do it like in your bed. Sometimes I'll lay in bed and I'll just kind of do a little bit of work. Like you can do it when you're traveling. You can do it while you're waiting for a dentist appointment. Like literally, it's your business. You own it. You're the boss. You don't have to like, answer to anyone else, right? So like you can do this in pockets of time easily, right? And you decide what your hours are. The other thing that I love is that you get income weekly. So every single week we get paid. If we submit our sales on Wednesday, we get paid that next Tuesday. So literally, if you sign up right now, you get a paycheck next Tuesday. Now, that to me is amazing. And that's something like who wouldn't want a little extra cash every single week? I know I needed it at that, especially a year ago. Also, people love to shop. Women love to shop. You can't tell me not to shop. If I see a sale and like only 30 minutes left, I'm like, done. It's fun, right? And for the price point that we have right now, it allows everyone to feel beautiful and to have what they want without breaking the bank. So I absolutely love that. All right. The other thing is just word of mouth is everything right now. I think that we don't see just how much we sell for other companies, and I think that a smart woman will want to be compensated for being basically the commercial for a product or a company. How many times have you like seen someone with like a great nail polish color and you're like, oh, what color is that? And you share it. You don't get any money for that, right? But you should. That's the world we live in right now, right? Sharing links. So that's not going anywhere. All right. The other thing that makes direct sales a really smart choice is it's a plug and play program, especially with this team. There's so many resources and support on this team where they will literally give you just as many trainings and as many files, words to say, images. We have reels given to us. Like you don't have to have all the jewelry. We have images for you to share. All right. And they're constantly dropping like the most incredible sales here that like it just makes it fun and easy. So, just know that even though you are in this business for yourself, you're the boss, you're never by yourself. We have a huge support community. We have weekly team calls. We have daily working hours where you can join people on Zoom calls and they will help you with your business. All right. We also, I know I personally have a team chat that I work with. We text all the time. The support is incredible. And we also have group pages where if there's something that you need, you'll get the answer to it. Trust me. And the other thing that I love about well, Park Lane in general, I'll get a little bit more into that, is they're real human beings. Like the people that you're going to talk to, like they're real people that like live in Chicago. So I'll go into that in a second. But listen, jewelry is just smart. All right, it's smart because number one, jewelry always fits. It always fits. And it's a really good gift to give because there's nothing worse in the world to buy someone something that doesn't fit and makes them feel terrible about themselves, right? Jewelry always fits. It's a super popular gift. There's also no inventory. So I know some companies where they basically force you to buy every month, right? You have to buy and you have to sell and you have to hit quotas. There's none of that here. All right. Park Lane ships directly to your customers. They go online, they buy it, and then boom. So like you're just the connector. You're not the shipper. You're not the one supplying all the stuff. Unless you want to be a vendor. All right. If you want to be a vendor and do in-house parties and that sort of thing, then yeah, you can buy all you want and you can sell for whatever price you want. Okay. So that's something that is kind of important to know. It's a little side note there. But also jewelry, it just boosts confidence. And I think that's something that all women need right now, just a little bit more confidence and to feel a little prettier in the skin that they're in. And, just I'm telling you what, a power of a good hoop, whew, that'll make everything better. I do believe that. All right. And I think women deserve to be more confident right now. Also, it starts conversations. I can't tell you how many times I like hear other women compliment each other on their jewelry, or I do it myself because if I see something that I like, I'm going to give that woman a compliment. All right. And it has nothing to do with the number on the scale or any of that other superficial stuff. It's literally just those earrings are so cute. Where did you get them? It's just fun, all right? Jewelry will never go out of style. Everyone's always going to shop jewelry. Everyone's always going to love it. And we are very on trend. So we follow a lot of like the hot designers. So you'll see like a lot of our stuff is definitely like designer inspired. It's like the little, this designer right here. We have a lot of their like really bougie looking stuff, but for a better price point. But we also just do classics, like some really beautiful classic staples. So you'll never like not need jewelry, right? So it's a great option for you if you're looking for something to represent. Now, Park Lane itself has been in business for 70 years, okay, which is huge, you guys. 70 years. Are you kidding me? And what's even cooler about this, it was started by a 16-year-old girl who just got married and decided she wanted to take a loan out to start a business because she believed that women had more to offer than just cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the kids. Although she did all of that too, okay? But women are superheroes and we can do it all. And she proved it because 70 years later, we have generation after generation taking care of Park Lane and they're thriving and they're growing. All right. So it is a family run, family owned business, which is amazing. So, what I was saying before, like when you email Park Lane, you're getting the family. You're getting the family talking to you, or you're getting real human beings that the family personally knows, which is amazing. Because I don't know about you, but I want to press one for this and two for that and speak into it's too much. I want a real human being. All right. They're also the largest direct sales company in the world. All right, which is massive. And they also have an incredible amount of integrity. All right, the money that they give back to organizations, and we recently had a loss on our team, and what they did for that family, I can't talk about it because I'll get too emotional. All right, but just know that they have an incredible amount of integrity and they take care of their own. So that to me is huge, especially after what happened to me in my previous company. They didn't care about me, but also the customer perks. So customer perks are incredible because there's a few things. Number one, let me talk about the unconditional guarantee. If you don't know, we have this amazing guarantee where for the first 120 days, that's 4 months, after you buy your jewelry, if for some reason you accidentally run over your gorgeous glow impression, this is a bougie piece right here, accidentally gets run over by a vacuum and gets sucked up and it's all in pieces, all you have to do is contact Park Lane, fill out a form, say, my bad, I messed my beautiful impression bracelet. What can I do? They're just going to ask you to send it back and they're going to replace it for free. That's crazy. I don't know any other company that is willing to do that. So for that means a lot to me because whenever I am selling something to someone, I want to feel confident that that customer is protected and that customer, the company has their back. That's really important to me. Integrity, that's what I'm talking about. Now, if it's after 120 days, no problem. They're only going to have you pay $10. Same thing, you send it back $10 and they will replace it for free. So that is outstanding, especially for a $188 gorgeous item like this. But what are we going to pay for it? We're going to pay 35, right? So the bonuses, we have these amazing bonuses in sales, which I absolutely love. The forever sale is buy two items, get up to four, 50% off. And if your cart hits $90, then you can pick anything you want like this for only 35. So I love that because it makes shopping fun again, right? And people that may not have a ton of money to spend can still get the items that they want, feeling luxurious and gorgeous without having to like, go crazy on the credit cards. So like I said, is the support, the perks, everything is incredible, you guys. And the perks that also are kind of cool. You don't have to be a stylist to get perks. So we have something called the Hostess Rewards program. Anyone can get this. Okay, anyone can get a link from your stylist. Okay, and with that link, if someone shops that link, that one order, you get to go and you have $20 worth of credit to shop the jewelry of your choice. And the nice thing about this is they reward you the more people that shop. If you get 10 orders, that doubles to $40 per order. So you can literally get $400 worth of jewelry off of one link if 10 people buy. And it doesn't matter what the amount is. It can be just one little pair of earrings. So if like you get like just a little impression stud, which is only $30, that will give you $40 worth of credit to shop. Like that's insane. Like they really love their people. So if you're interested in doing that, contact your stylist and she'll hook you up with that. And that's not even stylist. All right. So stylists can also reap the rewards of hostess programs. So we can do parties over and over again. We can get hostess rewards as much as we want, right? But just know that you don't have to be a stylist to get that. So also our income potential is incredible. So we start our stylist, brand new, no experience, with 30%. All right. So you will make 30% commission off of all your sales when you start. Now, if you're someone like me and you got in at a higher position, I make 50% commission, which is amazing. So it varies, right? And you can definitely rank up. You are your boss. So you decide the pace that you go. All right. But just know that like that commission structure is the highest in the industry. I don't know any other company that does that. I'm a part of a couple other companies as an affiliate and I start at 5%. 5%. Okay. So we're talking like I know from experience. I've been in sales for quite some time. And not just that, but there's also multiple streams of income, which I love. It's not just about your personal sales. So if you start like building an actual team and you start helping them, Park Lane will reward you, give you bonuses. They won't take from your team. They will pay you because you did a good job by helping your team members. And that's what I mean by this is a real team effort. Okay. So you can not either, you get a percentage of your team sales. You get weekly bonuses based on sales. You get monthly bonuses based on sales. And then you also get perks. All right. The most popular one right now is the monthly jewelry rewards program. Now, this is a program that renews every single month. All right. The start of the month, we get new reward potential. So, literally, they will reward you for either sales, if you do well on sales, but maybe you're not a great seller. Maybe you're just more of someone that likes to help other people with their business. They reward you for that too. All right. So they honor your talents, whatever that is. Something else that people love in this company is the Mercedes car plan. Now, I am so grateful that I actually became a little club member in December. So, like a year after I joined, essentially, is when I got my Mercedes Club bonus for the first time, and I'm continuing to do that. So, what they do is if you want a Mercedes, you can lease one and it's up to $700 that they will pay this lease for you. Okay. Now, if you're someone that's like, I don't need the Mercedes, then you can exchange that for $500 cash a month. Now, that's a bonus. That's the bonus. That's not the commission. That's a bonus. I choose cash because I want to choose cash. I don't need a Mercedes to be happy, but that's me. Maybe that's something that will make you happy. How fun would that be driving around in a free car? But you do you, boo. All right. So you do not have to be any, senior director or anything like that to get this. This happens immediately. You are automatically able to earn Mercedes car plan once you hit branch. All right. So that's literally just bringing one person onto your team and mentoring them and helping them. And let me tell you, like, I started this crazy. Like, I didn't know what I was doing when people were signing with me just because I was really excited about it. But this is a build the plane as you fly type of business. You're not going to feel ready. You're not going to know what you're doing in the beginning. And that's okay because we have a huge team that is going to help you and support your people at the same time. So don't let that hold you back. Okay. Because if I would have done that, I never would have gotten started. Also, the other thing that I love is the 2 luxury trips per year. So I think right now they're in Cancun. And right now we're earning for Costa Rica, which is really exciting. And this is something that's amazing. It's an all-inclusive. They pay for everything, and everything's like super first class. And you can get one trip or two trips. You can also win a trip. So right now, if you're a stylist and you submit $500 worth of sales, and they'll put you in a raffle, and one of us is going to win a free trip, all-inclusive paid to Costa Rica. And so, like, this is what I'm talking about. They were very generous, very kind, and they're always giving us incentives to do our business, to run our business. And I also want to share, this is really important, that you don't have to be someone that's like super skilled or super in this company for like a really long time. I had a stylist just recently. She's been in the business for 1 month, and she earned a trip to Amsterdam. 1 month. So, all those thoughts of, oh yeah, that could never be, just it could be you. You literally could be getting a trip to Costa Rica if you sign up now. All right, it's possible. I talked about the direct to point. It's for experienced leaders, and it could be any kind of experience, no matter how big or small. They'll have a conversation with you. It's how I came in. It's how they respect someone that's been in the industry. And I had zero experience with jewelry, but I learned. We have to become coachable. So if you're someone that's willing to learn and try something new and follow directions, this could be a really great fit for you. All right. Now, here's the other thing. I brought talent from other companies, and that's how I grew to be senior division because I was bringing people from other companies. Now, they stayed with their companies. They're continuing to sell the other products, and that's fine. We celebrate them. Go you. But they're seeing the income potential is a little different and a little cuter over here. So little by little, they're starting to just maybe lean into the Park Lane opportunity a little more. Just warning you that might happen to you. And last but not least, if you're someone that really loves like raising money for charities, and if you have an organization that really means a lot to you and you want to do something to make a difference, we have a 50% give back plan. 50% for fundraisers. Now I know like the norm is like 30%. So this is massive to me. So it's for 501c3 fundraisers. So if that's something that you would love to do, you will get commission. You'll get a smaller commission off of these because 50% is going to the organization, but you will still make something. So that's really, really a beautiful thing. And it will also count towards your bonuses. So you actually could earn money or earn jewelry on top of the smaller commission that you do with these fundraisers. So there's a lot of opportunities here. All right, especially now, like we are booming, like we are literally growing, growing, growing right now. And this is so important now more than ever to jump in now because we are going into the summer season. And the summer season, that's where, teachers are off work and they're looking for something to do. Maybe just people are bored and they need a little side something. Maybe they need community, and micro influencers are the ones that are going to be really in their eyesight. That's you. Anyone is an influencer, right? You're in demand right now. If you have passion for a product and you want to help people, like this is it for you, right? Like I said, we give you scripts, we give you trainings, images, systems. You just plug and go. All right. So we have 3 kits that you can start with. I recommend the lowest one that is $129, and you get to select $500 worth of jewelry of your choice. Now, this is really important because one of the things that I see from bad salespeople is if they don't actually believe in their product. If you don't believe in your product and you're pushing something that you actually don't like, then you just kind of come off as gross, right? Like that's what I see anyway. I'm like, oh, they don't actually believe in this. They're lying to me, right? And so Park Lane wants you to fall in love with their products and jewelry so you could share like genuinely that you love these products. So you get to pick. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and contact your stylist, and I want you to give them a huge wish list of all the items that you love. And I don't want you to do the 500. I want you to do 2,000. All right. Because what she's going to do is she's going to help you choose the right pieces for you. All right. Because we know what are the best sellers. We know like, what's high in stock and all that stuff. So let her help you. And then the rest of that jewelry that you have, you can earn with hostess rewards. So I highly recommend that. And here's the other thing. The $129 covers a full year membership. All right, full year. Now, I've been in companies where you have to submit like sales in order to like make your money and or you have a monthly fee. There's none of that. There's no monthly fee. There's no minimum sales. There's no purchase requirements. There's no recruitment requirements. And you don't have to grow a team if you don't want to. You can be a one-man band. I recommend you bring someone in, but you don't have to. There's no inventory, like I said. Park Lane ships directly to your customers. There's the freedom to price and sell your on hand product however you wish. You're the boss. You have the freedom to partner with other companies and brands. And most importantly, for people that are in the direct sales space that kind of know what I'm about to say here, lifetime rank security, that means a lot. So whenever you hit a rank, it will never be stripped from you. Once you hit a rank, you're there. There's other companies that make you chase it, they make you earn it, they make you beg and steal for it. There's none of that. Once you get it, which is massive. So this is really important. All right. This is not for someone that is super skilled in jewelry. I mean, if you are, then amazing, go you. You're probably going to be a rock star, right? But this is mostly for someone who is coachable. This is a completely different beast than what I was used to. And I had to like erase a lot of my past thinking on how things should be done to learn this new craft. That being said, I also had some other skills that I brought over to it, right? But this can be for a woman that has no experience with jewelry sales. This can be for the busy mom that just has so much on her plate, but she really, really wants to provide for her child. And again, we know busy people get things done, right? Yeah. If your child comes to you and she says, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, please, 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 I just really want to go to soccer camp because I really feel like I'm really talented and I feel like I could do it. Please, please, please. What we're going to do, we're going to work our butts off to make sure that happens, right? Busy women get things done and we will make it happen. All right. This can also be for professionals that like maybe you make a lot of money. Maybe you're doing great, right? But you're bored. You're bored. You need an outlet, right? You need a purpose. You need community. You need friendship. You need something fun to work with. Because the older we get, like just the more in our every day we get, the more complacent we get, the more bored we get. You know, like this could be something for retirees to, just have a little fun money, go on a couple trips. Why not? This could be for a jewelry lover that is just kind of tired of spending full. I don't know about you. I don't like paying retail for anything. So I like getting money back. I like getting discounts. I like sales. So this could be for you too. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of our stylists just like getting that discount, right? Because this business is simple. It's fun and it's definitely made for everyone, anyone that wants it. Okay. So there's a couple objections that I hear all the time, which is I'm not a salesperson, right? I can't do that. I don't want to sound icky. I don't want to bother people, right? And we talked about this. I love service. I don't consider myself icky. I consider myself passionate about making women feel beautiful and serving them. If they have an issue, I want to be there for them, right? I consider my sales when I have a customer that buys from me, I consider me putting a ring on it. That's what I say to my team all the time. You put a ring on it because that customer is yours. All right. Right now you're responsible and now you get to help that person forever, essentially. Right. So that to me is huge also for my team. Like I put a ring on it. Like now I'm going to be there for you. I'm your sister. All right. So it's not just about the transaction. All right. It's about the relationship building. We empower women to feel beautiful and confident, and we help them grow businesses. How cool is that? All right. The other one is I get a lot of, well, I don't have a big following. Yeah, that's fine, because you have one, right? It really only starts with one. You may be sharing, a shirt you got from Target the other day with your bestie, and your bestie's like, "Oh my gosh, I want that shirt. Okay, here it is. Let's get it." In that bestie, you don't know who she knows, right? Because people are connectors. So that person may know 10 other people that would love that one piece. Maybe it's the Phoebe, and you just never know what will happen when you're consistent with your message, when you are brave enough to just say, "Hey, I'm starting something new. I really love this. I hope you do too." And that domino effect is real. It's real. And you can grow a huge, huge business off of a very small following in a very small circle because it only takes one to expand and expand and expand. All right. I love that so much. And the other one is I'm too busy. That's the biggest one. But like I said, we get things done. If you have enough incentive, you'll get it done. I know this for a fact. All right. We all have we all have the potential to do whatever we want, but it's all mindset, right? I guarantee that if you just take 30 minutes out of doom scrolling and you just apply it to your business, beautiful things can happen. Okay. And last but not least is I get this like, what if I fail? The fear of failing. And that's a very real thing because that will stop you from doing a lot of things, especially brand new things that are terrifying that you're not good at. So what if you fail? Who cares? It's just jewelry. I mean, who was like, when you were a little girl, who was dreaming about being the top jewelry saleswoman in the world? Like, it wasn't me. I was just like, I just like playing with jewelry. It's pretty. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. Okay. Like, you decide what your goals are in life. All right. But jewelry is fun. It's not that serious. But here's a better question. What if you don't fail? What if you find out that you're actually really good at this and that you can actually make a lot of money and that you can meet amazing women that support you and love you and root for you? I can't tell you, like, our team pages are full of women that are hyping each other up. Anytime someone does the tiniest thing, they get like a million gold stars. It's like literally like being in kindergarten. Like that's how it feels. And you'll see it when you're in it. You'll see the vibe is so high, especially on our team. All right. You will be supported. You will be loved. You will be treasured. And again, it's only a year, people. And if you don't love it in a year, that's fine. At least you tried. How many people can say that they tried? Not a lot. So listen, this is your sign. This is your sign to do it. I'm not going to say anymore because you know what? You just need to start your Park Lane business right now. $129, get your $500. Boom. All right. So give yourself permission to win. Reach out to your stylist and tell them, let's do this. All right, let's do this. You're not too behind. You're not too late. You're not too busy. You're ready, and we're waiting for you. All right. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Reach out to me if you have any questions. I would love to answer them if you have any more after this. And if you're going to join us, welcome to Park Lane.